Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking some more Warhammer 40k Tacticus. So just a quick little update before we get into the patch notes here. I've been working on some bigger projects for the channel. I'm also trying out a new microphone. So I apologize if the audio sounds a little different and not quite good. However, I'm hoping my new mic works even better, and I want to do more readings, more Warhammer readings for you guys. But today I want to just do a brief update on where I'm at with Tacticus, and also I want to get into these patch notes. I want to start covering the monthly updates more regularly. And especially with this new patch, I wanted to just talk about this patch and the new characters and the new things coming. So real quick, two things are going on right now. There's Roswitha, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name too well, but her quest is going on right now. I'll be doing a paint and play later, trying to grind through as many of the missions as I can. There's also the Mephiston legendary quest going on right now, and this is kind of where I'm at with it. I've completed all the missions. I'm a little over halfway to unlocking him. I'm on battle 6. Yeah, battle 6, battle 7 for all the different factions here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to progress too much more in this one. I might have to wait till the next event to unlock him. But yeah, this is just kind of where I'm at. So let's read the patch notes now, because I am so excited for this new thing. I have been thinking about ways to bring this up and kind of going over like what a new campaign or a new game mode would look like, because I have some ideas on that. And so seeing this update is really exciting, and I'm hoping it excites older players who can return to the game, and newer players who are like, yes, cool, there's even more things to do now. So let's get into this. Campaign events. We're excited to introduce campaign events, a fresh game mode that takes the essence of our classic campaigns and enhances them with new gameplay elements, difficulty options, and lots of rewards. Fight your way through 30 challenging battles of increasing difficulty, leading to a climactic showdown with a powerful boss. Once you've completed the final battle in the standard campaign, you'll unlock the Extremist campaign, featuring 30 more battles with even tougher challenges and greater rewards. So the game mode's going to launch with a single campaign, and they're going to introduce more campaigns over time. Each campaign represents a Warhammer 40k faction and dives into its lore and gameplay and challenges. You can field characters of up to 2 different factions to face them, and to earn the maximum rewards, you'll need the 3 required characters. But if you're missing anybody from the roster, they have the borrowing system that'll let you use the characters that you're missing so you can do the campaign. Your progress is saved between campaign events. So this says you can safely leave off and continue where you were. And the events will occur, for 14 days and happen every 5 weeks. Then it says, please note, special campaigns have rarity caps, and until you beat each battle with 3 medals, then you won't be able to progress to the Extremist campaign, is what I'm reading here. Subsequent playthroughs can use your other characters in the appropriate factions. Okay, awesome. New campaigns for everybody. 30 missions, and then 30 more harder missions, so you get a double campaign, basically, kind of like the main campaigns. You got the primary campaign and then the elite campaigns. So that's great. That's amazing. The first one's going to be Adeptus Mechanicus and Death Guard with World Eaters. I kind of wish it was Tyranids, but that's okay. At least we know now that they're coming. So starting on January 23rd, you'll be able to deploy the Death Guard and World Eaters to confront the Adeptus Mechanicus. Your mission is to battle through red sands and industrial wastelands and eventually face off against Belisarius Call himself, who is a new guild boss in guild raids now. The 3 required characters are going to be Malleus, Pestilian, and Corodius, and if you don't have them, you'll be able to borrow them to play through the standard campaign. But again, you can't go to the Extremis campaign until you've got all 3 of the characters, and also you've gotten 3 medals on each mission. So you got to complete all the missions, 3 tokens, and have all 3 characters unlocked, and then you can progress to the Extremis campaign. This event also introduces a new character for the Adeptus Mechanicus, Sygex, the Cataphron Destroyer. This unit will not immediately be unlockable as a playable character, but he'll be unlockable in a future event. So, who is Sygex? Well, if you guys are subscribed to Nandy, go check out his channel. He released a video today going over Sygex and his abilities and all of his armor and everything. So definitely go check that out. As far as what a Cataphron Destroyer is, okay, read up on the lore a bit because I'm not as familiar with Adeptus Mechanicus, but essentially it's a battle servitor, right? Okay, and he's cut off at the waist and plugged into a tracked unit. He's also given some armor plating around the torso, and just like all servitors, they're a bit mindless. Part of their brains have been removed, but what makes the Cataphron Destroyers especially devastating is that they only take orders from their Adeptus Mechanicus overlords. Like, I was reading in the lore some interesting things so when the Cataphron Destroyers are on the field, there have been instances where they have shot friendly units because they've accidentally mistaken them as enemy targets. But I also read that this is potentially done on purpose occasionally by the Magos so that he can kind of further his own ends, which is kind of fun. So the Cataphron Destroyers are completely mindless and loyal to whichever Magos is controlling them. The other thing, too, is they're equipped with a bunch of devastating weaponries. Sygex is going to get the Graviton Cannon. They can also have plasma cannons, and I think it was a phosphorus launcher that launches white hot phosphorus balls at targets and burns them to death with balls. Gosh. It's pretty nutty. So the Cataphron Destroyer, apparently he's not going to be the most tankiest of units, but to be able to have this additional unit to support your AdMech, a little bit tanky, a little bit also gunnery support. I think this guy is going to be a great addition to the faction, and also it completes their faction now. They'll have 5 characters, so that's awesome. Continuing on with the notes here. Mark your calendars and prepare your forces. The battle against the Adeptus Mechanicus begins soon. A new home screen event, Machine Hunt, begins on January 22nd to January 27th. Defeating mechanical units excluding summons, and we're going to talk a little bit more about summons and scarabs a little later in the patch notes. Defeating mechanical units in campaign and campaign events will earn you metal scraps. Collect these to unlock rewards in the Machine Hunt event, including Blessed Requisition Scrolls and salvage pieces. So I actually have 10 Blessed Requisition Scrolls saved up because I forgot to open them before the end of the last event, before the Christmas survival. So I've got 10 locked up and ready to go for this next event. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we'll get on to that event, which is going to be the Steel and Ruin event. That starts February 9th to February 15th. You'll play as Nauseous Rotbone, the infamous Death Guard Plague Surgeon. Join forces with all Chaos factions in a new survival mode where you're going to fight wave upon wave of AdMech and Blood Angels. Earn event points by completing daily missions, mission chains. Use these events to claim cogs, which is going to be this event's like the collectible thing. And you can spend that to unlock crates. And these crates contain rot bone shards. So if you want to unlock or level up Nauseous Rot Bone, this new survival event's going to be great because you'll be unlocking shards for him along the way. I actually managed to get the Parasite of Mortrex up to legendary because I completed the battle pass for him, and I completed the survival event, the Red Gobbo survival event through Christmas. So I managed to get that fool up to legendary. You earn events. Okay, let's see. Yeah, open all the crates, and you'll get a custom event theme as the ultimate prize. So just like the one for the Red Gobbo, I actually got that one. It was a really cool, the Christmas background. Let's see. Discover event offer calendar packed with free and paid bundles. So just like around Thanksgiving and Christmas, they're going to have a calendar of bundles. So some of them will be free, some of them will be paid. And this will include a Valentine's Day special. Okay, getting on to Blessed Requisition Scrolls for Blight and Blood. This will go from January 22nd to February 15th. So that'll be for the survival event. And you'll have a better chance at unlocking the characters that you'll need for the survival event, which is kind of how it worked in the last one. So those characters are going to be Typhus, Nauseous Rotbone, Corrodius, Ascor, Rask, and Macer. So your Death Guard and your World Eaters characters, because you'll want to unlock these characters to play through the survival event. So that's what this round of Blessed Requisition Scrolls will help you unlock, is those guys. New Battle Pass coming for Pastilion on January 19th. So if you don't have Pastilion unlocked, like me, I'm going to go to my Death Guard real quick here. One of my few factions where I only have 2 guys locked. So I don't have Nauseous, I don't have Pastilion. But this new Battle Pass will help you unlock him starting on January 19th. And next, a new character coming. Woo! I'm excited. It's Genestealer Cults. It's the next character for Genestealer Cults. It's Isaac Starn, the Genestealer Primus. And his quest will start to unlock him starting on January 26th. Who is Isaac Starn? Again, go check out Nandy. Nandy got a really great video on him showing off his abilities and his armor and everything like that. Please go check him out. But to tell you a little bit of the lore and background on the Primus itself. So whereas other Genestealer cultists are either psychers or stealthy units or whatnot, I mean, all Genestealer cults are stealthy. The Primus is your war leader, your warlord. He's the general at the front, leading the army of Genestealer cultists. Reading up in the lore, the Primus usually doesn't come along until the 3rd or 4th generation of Genestealers. And the only time that you'll see him emerge is when the Genestealer cult has become strong enough to overthrow the Prey World, or the Tyranid Hive Fleet is on the way. And so now the Primus needs to come out and start causing havoc on the Prey World to disrupt everything for the Hive Mind. He's going to have a needle pistol, which does poison damage. It's also going to have a sword that is said to have grown from the excretions of the Patriarch's bone throne. Yeah. And apparently it has a life-stealing essence to it. So if he cuts somebody with that sword, it'll just suck the life out of them. Really cool lore. Really excited for a new Genestealer cult unit. I'm gonna get the pattern mine, I hope, on the next unlock for him. But I'm really excited to see the Genestealer cult lineup getting fleshed out, and I'm looking forward to unlocking this guy. New guild raid boss. I mentioned this before. Belisarius Call will be the new guild raid boss starting on February 12th. The new Guild Wars season will start on February 1st. In my previous Guild Wars season, I managed to unlock the Death Leaper finally. So Nauseous Rotbone is next on my list. So starting February 1st, I'm going to be starting my grind for him. New Incursion Machine of War event starting February 10th. There is no new Machine of War, so this will be a good chance for you guys to catch up and earn tokens on your other machines that you've been working on. So for instance, my Broadside Battlesuit Sonji, I managed to get him up to Epic in the last Machine of War event. New Tournament Arena. I'll be honest, I don't play the Tournament Arena too much because I don't have, I used to not have a full faction, but now pretty much, other than Marnius Calgar, I have all my Ultramarines. And now with the Death Leaper, I have all of the Tyranids unlocked. So I may give the Faction War Tournament Arena a little go there. You can deploy Machines of War in the Infested Power-Ups one. For Faction Wars, the Orcs are back. Apparently Orcs are pretty powerful in this mode, and in the last one they were taken out because they were too powerful. But they're back, and we'll see how it goes. My Orcs are not very leveled up right now, but I am slowly grinding them up a little bit for my campaigns. And then the only faction not available will be the Genestealer cults. Okay, speaking of Genestealer cults and the Pattermine, the next legendary event for him is February 16th. So I have like 225 shards out of the 400, I think. So I'm hoping in this next event I'll be able to just unlock him, like just barely unlock him in this next one. Otherwise, I'll wait till the third one, which is not a big deal. Upcoming character quests. Nicodemus, woo! The new Apothecary for the Blood Angels. Starts on January 29th, and you can use Imperial forces with the exception of Dark Angels and Space Wolves. So Nicodemus is great. I got a good video out on him last week. I've been using him pretty much exclusively. Like my poor Incisus. I love Incisus, but man, Nicodemus, he's just so much more useful in a lot of situations. So he's kind of my main Imperial healer right now. So January 29th, if you want more tokens for him, or you were just shy of unlocking him, I know one of my YouTube commenters, he said he just missed him. So I'm hoping that you guys will be able to unlock him with this next one. And there will also be a Nauseous Rotbone quest coming on February 19th. So a lot of chances to upgrade your Death Guard faction in this new update. Okay, let's get on to the most controversial sentence of this entire patch. Improvements, okay? Improvements. Keep that word in mind. Scarab Swarms in Indomitus no longer have the summon trait. Now, don't freak out. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing. When I first read this, I was a little confused. I went on to Reddit, did a little more reading. I know Reddit. But this is going to be a good thing. The Scarab Swarms will still spontaneously spawn other Scarabs. So that means when you're doing Indomitus 45 with Aleph Null and grinding out those the ability quests and all that for them, you'll still be able to do that. So don't worry. I was reading this is a good thing because in survival mode, when Scarabs were summoned, when Scarabs duplicated themselves, they counted as summons and therefore did not count towards your score progression. So this has been reworked so they don't have that trait anymore, so they will count towards your progression. So very good change, very good thing. You guys will still be able to farm Indominus 45 like normal, and this will be even better for the survival events. The next thing, a machine of war that cannot use its ability because it was hit by Sanji's heavy rail rifle will now show its abilities as having a cooldown instead of not being selectable. So just a nice little tweak there to make that a little more readable, which is good. Balancing. Okay, so when you do the character release events and they give you the oh so close crates, I've seen on Reddit, oh man, like 1,000 Blackstone for one shard or something crazy like that. I've seen some crazy screenshots of these offers. It's now only going to trigger when you're missing 25 or fewer shards. On top of that, the price will be reduced when it results in unlocking the character. So hopefully, if you missed a crate and you're going to spend some Blackstone to get those last shards and unlock the character, this should mean that it's not as expensive to do so. The promotions and Ascension package bundles, those prices are going to remain unchanged. I didn't expect them to change at all. Munitions will appear more often in the daily deals and can be bought up to 3 times instead of twice. Vitruvius shards will now be available 2 days per week in the guild shop daily deals. For battle, okay, this is an interesting one because I'm not that well versed in Salvage Run. I kind of just log into it, I complete it as quickly as I can, and then I move on. I don't know as many of the nuances about Salvage Run yet, but apparently there's something to do with those ammo grots. They come carrying a big box of ammo on their shoulders, and apparently there's a way to farm them for gold coins. I need to watch Tacticians United's video on that yet. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to give that one a watch. So this says, overkilling ammo grots and ammo boxes in Salvage Run will no longer result in losing out on loot. Great. Apparently I was losing out on loot this whole time. I had no idea. So that's a good change. Let's see. The next one is abilities and effects that add hits without a specified damage type, like Ancient Thoriad's banner, now also affect attacks from abilities. So if I'm reading this right, this basically means that the effects from the specified damage type will now carry over. Not too sure on that one. I'll have to read up a little more. Healing tiles now trigger before fire hex effect at the start of a turn. I think that's a good change because when if like let's say the Forge Fiend fires his fire onto your hex and you're standing in fire, instead of the fire giving you damage before anything else, you're going to have the chance to get a heal off before that happens, if I'm reading this correctly. Vehicle trait no longer blocks units from entering trenches, but vehicles do not gain the defensive bonus from trenches. Vehicles are also automatically mechanical. Who is this? Who is a vehicle? The new guy, Cygex, for the AdMech. He is not going to block units from entering trenches. If he gets in a trench, he does not gain the defensive bonus from the trench because he's a vehicle. He's on a big tracked unit, and his top half is probably sticking out of the trench getting shot. There's a few bug fixes at the end here. I'm not going to get into them too much. Just this top one here, apparently Holland's Twisted Science was persisting across game modes that track unit health. The only one I currently know of that does that would be the Machine of War event. So maybe just a little bug fix there. Maybe his buff, the Twisted Science buff, was carrying over into the next round. I'm not sure. I didn't use him on my last Machine of War event. But that's going to do it for this one. I'm not going to read the rest of the bug fixes here. If you guys want to read the full patch notes, please do so yourself. I just wanted to get this out there, let you know I'm so very interested in this, very interested in the new campaigns. I'm excited for the new Genestealer cult guy. I am also excited for the new AdMech guy. I would like to get more of my AdMech units going because I understand they're pretty powerful. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you much for joining. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.